Welcome back, everybody, and it's time now for another lab demonstration. This time we're going to go over lab 4, which is Wizard Editor Mixing 2. So let's turn around here and see what we've got for our information that we have on our lab sheet. I've done a few things ahead of time before this recording, including finding the music that I wanted to use off of CD, and that's already loaded in the CD player, and it's already programmed and queued up and ready to go. I also have the file for the liner that we're going to play as part of this lab, and that is already lined up on the Adobe computer, and that is ready to play as well. So we need to take a look here. We need to turn on our sources and get them ready to go. So we're going to need CD1, and we'll go ahead and just turn that up. We're also going to need the Adobe channel as well to play our liner. And we're going to need Next Gen A, B, and C to be able to play back our Next Gen material. So that's your board configuration that you're going to need for this specific lab. And again, we need to log into Next Gen, which I've already taken care of. But again, you go ahead and use your username and your password to log in. Then go to Production, open the Production window, click on Bits, and then you'll click on Title and find your name and click on it once. And then make sure that you add New Cut. Go to New Cut, and you're going to retitle that. So you'll call it your name, Lab 4 in this case, or Lab 4 Practice, whatever the case might be for you when you are working in here. So make sure that you're logged into Next Gen. You've got the 4-track editor that's up here and ready to go. So first we need to load and program our music bed, and that's already done back here on the CD player. And also we need to turn the booth mic on and test our level on track 3. And as I do the things here at the console, I've also got a camera that will be on the Next Gen screen, so you can take a look at what I'm actually doing here. So let's go ahead and get the microphone set up and ready to go. And so first of all, we need to check our mic level here to be able to make sure that we're going to have a nice level inside Next Gen. So we want to turn our microphone on and go ahead and turn that up a little bit. First of all, I'm going to get my level set on the console to see how that looks. Again, 80 to 100% is what we're looking for. And then we can go ahead and turn on Next Gen. And we know our voice is going to go on channel 3 on Next Gen, so we can go ahead and just record on this channel and just give it a little test. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's a pretty good level. I'll turn my mic off and I'll stop Next Gen from the test. It's good to remember that when you're testing out your microphone, especially in Next Gen, don't talk at a very quiet, low level. Talk at a level that you're actually going to be using when you read that commercial. You're in this room all by yourself when you're doing your practice sessions, and it's just me in the room with you when we do the lab. So make sure that you are talking the same loudness that you would use when you're on the air. Make sure to use that diaphragm and really push it out. Give us a good amount of volume when you're actually doing the test and when you're reading the commercial as well. We want to have some good sound from you. So let's take a look at what we want to do next here. We need to record our selected production music on track 2 in the Wizard Editor. So as I play this in here, I'll let you take a look at the Next Gen screen so you can actually see what's going on. Again, I'm on track 2 right over here. I'm going to hit record, and then I'm going to reach across and hit my CD player. Actually, I need to make sure that I'm on the right channel, because you can see by the red arrow here that I'm on channel 3. We need to be on channel 2 for the music. So make sure that you're on the right one, as I should have done. Okay, so we need to hit record here, and we're going. I'll reach across and hit the music, and we'll feed it in. Of course, as you're doing this, make sure that you're watching your levels, 80 to 100% all the way through. And at 29.5 seconds, we're going to fade this music out. And I'm watching the time on the CD player. And as the CD player hits 29.5 seconds, I'm going to do a quick fade out. Here we go. And so by the time you've faded everything out, you are at 30 seconds for your music bed. So the next thing that I'd ask you to do then is to go ahead and trim the beginning and the end of the music track. So again, I can double click anywhere, and that's where my cursor is going to go. So I'm going to double click at the beginning of that music that's here, and I'm going to use the zoom tool and go into about 8 seconds. I'm going to kind of get this microphone out of the way just in case it's causing some trouble here. And I'm going to get rid of this empty space Again, holding down both of my mouse buttons, I'm going to drag that all the way back to the left, and we can see that that is highlighted there, and I'm going to hit the delete key and get rid of that. There's a little bit of a gap here, and that's okay. You don't want it to be flush against the sides on either side. You want it to be just a little bit of a gap there, and that's honestly just a fraction of a second, so it's not going to make that much of a difference. Let's go to the end here and do the same thing to the other side of the music. And again, just leaving a little bit of a gap there at the end, and I'm going to highlight and drag that all the way to the end and hit the delete key. Then I can look over here and see how long my music is. Right now it's at 30.3, so that's pretty good. That's a good 30-second music bed that we should be able to use. So now let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here for the next one. We've trimmed the empty spaces off the music bed, so I'm looking at number 6 here. Record your voice of the script onto track 3. And again, the script is on the back of your lab sheet that we're going to use. This is the identity theft PSA, and so we're going to record that onto track 3 in the editor. So as we look here at NextGen in the editor, we want to make sure that our red arrow is down here on track 3, so when we hit record, we are ready to go with our voice. So let me go ahead and grab this microphone and go ahead and voice this and get the music that, or excuse me, get the voice in there. Now remember, anytime you're using your voice and a microphone, you got to have a set of these. You've always got to have your headphones on so you can monitor what kind of sound it's coming through. Is it good sound? Is there cracks and pops in it? Is there hiss? You know, any kind of line noise that we need to worry about. So always have a set of headphones on, even if it's just one ear on and one ear off. That you're monitoring while you're putting your voice in. So pop the headphones on here and let's go ahead and read the script onto track 3 here in the Wizard Editor. So I turn my mic on. I'm going to hit record, and because I've already recorded a piece of my mic level as my check into NextGen, I'm going to hit record, and then it's going to pop up a window that says, do you want to record from the beginning, the end, the cursor, where you want to go from? I'm going to hit beginning, and it'll erase what I already have there and replace it with my new audio. So here we go. Always good to clear your throat before you go on and record your commercial. So let's give it a try. If your wallet has recently been lost or stolen, you may be at risk for identity theft. Canceling your credit cards and calling your bank may not be enough. File a police report immediately in the jurisdiction where your wallet went missing. You also need to call the 3 national credit reporting organizations right away to place a fraud alert on your name. Don't wait around. Stop identity thieves in their tracks. For more information, you can reach the Social Security Fraud Line at 1-800-269-0271. And then I hit stop on that, so I can turn my microphone off. And on the end of that commercial, there's a phone number there, and that is going to be up to you, the announcer, is how you want to read that. You know, I read the last 4 numbers, 0271. If you wanted to say 0271, then that's how you would say it. If it's not specifically listed in the script, then it's going to be up to you, the announcer, of how to do that. Typically, I usually read phone numbers as an independent number, 0271, just so I'm clear, because when you're using a phone number in a commercial, your audience isn't paying very close attention. And so you kind of have to lay it in their lap, and you want to give it to them very slowly and clearly. And so by using that 0271, they're going to understand that a little bit more other than 0271. Okay, so just anyway, a little bit on phone numbers and using that in a script there. Okay, so we've got our voice in here. And so now we need to get this microphone out of the way again. And let's go to the NextGen screen and let's take a look here. I'm going to get rid of the front and the back end and take a look at this right here. Here's a little bump. I was still talking. I think I said, okay, we're ready to go. In fact, let's go ahead and move this sheet. I'm going to play it back a little bit here so we can hear. Channel C or channel 3 on my board here is what we want to use to be able to listen back to track 3 of NextGen. So I'm just going to click at the beginning and see what I said here. So let's give it a try. Okay, so I said let's give it a try. So that's what that little bump is right there. And I also took a breath. And we're also seeing that waveform right here. So we're going to double click right here and get rid of that. Delete it and get that out of there. Let's go back and do the same thing at the end of the commercial. And I'm going to zoom in here to about 8 seconds and get rid of that. Okay, and then I'm going to zoom out and go to best fit. Now, one of the things that I'm noticing here is if you're looking on this screen and you're looking over here, this is 32 seconds. So I need this to be a little faster than what it actually is. So what I need to do is reread that script so it's going to be 30 seconds. So that's kind of where we're at here. We need to re-record that script so it gets to be 30 seconds. And that's a great thing about doing production. If you don't like it the first time around, then just do it again and just do it until you're completely satisfied with it. I'm not satisfied with that because it was 32 seconds. So this time around, I need to read it a little bit faster. So my mic level should already be set. So let's go ahead and pull the script up and see how things go. Hit record, go from the beginning again. If your wallet has recently been lost or stolen, you may be at risk for identity theft. Canceling your credit cards and calling your bank may not be enough. File a police report immediately in the jurisdiction where your wallet went missing. You also need to call the 3 national credit reporting organizations right away to place a fraud alert on your name. Don't wait around. Stop identity thieves in their tracks. For more information, you can reach the Social Security fraud line at 1-800-269-0271. So I read that at a little bit of a faster pace that time. Turn the microphone off here. And sometimes you get into production situations and you have to do that to read that again. So it's definitely not a problem. Okay, let's put the microphone away and go back to our next gen screen here. And double click at the beginning, and let's get rid of that audio. Now I'm going to zoom in just to make sure that I got rid of enough. And it looks like I did. So let's go to the end here and see if how I'm timing out. Get rid of this audio here. And now I can look over here, it's 30.4. So that's pretty close to where we need to be. So I can go to zoom, best fit, and we're ready to go. Okay, so now let's take a look at our script and find out what we need to do, or look at the lab sheet here. We've already trimmed it off. And so now we need to, on number 9, record the selected liner on track 1 in the Wizard Editor. Now my liner is on my Adobe computer, which is right here. You can't see that, but I'm going to play that into to Next Gen. So let's go to the Next Gen camera, and you can see me feed this in. Again, I've got to click on track 1. If you go on another track, it's going to erase that. So I'm going to go to track 1, hit record, and then I'm going to go ahead and feed this liner in.
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, watch us on YouTube, search KHWK Hawk TV.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's in there now and ready to go. 80 to 100% looks pretty good. So now we need to get rid of the front side and the back side dead space for that liner. So we're going to go ahead and just delete that and delete that and get it out of the way. So that has been taken care of. Now we want to use the right mouse button and move it to the end of our commercial. So again, I'm using my right mouse button. If I use my left, I can't move it anywhere. It's not going to do anything for me. The right mouse button is the magic there. And we're going to move it all the way to the end of the commercial. But right here where my red marks are actually is a pretty good spot to go. So I'm going to zoom in to about 16 seconds. It's not the right spot. Need to click on the right track. Remember, whenever you click on a track, that's where you're going to go. And I was clicking on track 1, so it took me all the way to the end here. I need to click on track 2 and zoom in to about 16 seconds. Now I can see the end of my audio, and I can also see my my liner that I have put in here. At this point, I need to turn up all 3 of my Next Gen pots because I'm going to use all 3 of them. Music can go down a little bit farther than the voice and the liner, but you want to just, we're just previewing here to make sure that the liner is in the right place. So let's go ahead and hit mix. And when we hit preview right here, we're going to be able to listen to how the mixture sounds. For more information, you can reach the Social Security fraud line at 1-800-269-0271.
Give us a thumbs up on...
Okay, so see how that really kind of walked on it a little bit. So now I just need to move that over just a little bit. I'm going to go back through here and click on that again and see how that adjustment sounds. The fraud line at 1-800-269-0271.
Give us a thumbs up on...
Still a little bit more. Kind of get it out of the way here.
The fraud line at 1-800-269-0271.
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook.
Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Right when the commercial was over, it jumped right on the liner, which is what it should do. You don't want to have a whole lot of space there. So I'm going to go back to best fit, and next on my lab sheet, complete a test mix to set your audio levels, mix from the beginning. So again, I'm going to click at the beginning of track 2 or track 3, whichever one you want, and hit mix from the beginning. And so here you're just trying to set your levels when you're doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my music down at this point and set my voice first. So let's go ahead and mix from the beginning.
If your wallet has recently been lost or stolen, you may be at risk for identity theft.
So I'm just kind of getting my voice level set here.
Your bank may not be enough. File a police report immediately.
Okay, so it looks like it's fairly set. Let's bring some music in.
You also need to call the 3 national credit reporting organizations right away to place a fraud alert on your name. Don't wait around. Stop identity thieves in their tracks. For more information, you can reach the
Sounds pretty good. Let's see how the liner sounds when it hits that.
269-0271.
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Watch us on YouTube. Search KHWK Hawk TV.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we got all the way through. We can take a look here, and it looks like we were at that 80 to 100% range all the way through. So we're pretty satisfied with that mix. So now let's do it for real and make sure that we can get the music in there. I'm going to bump the music up just a little bit more here at the beginning. Mix from the beginning, here we go.
If your wallet has recently been lost or stolen, you may be at risk for identity theft. Canceling your credit cards and calling your bank may not be enough. File a police report immediately in the jurisdiction where your wallet went missing. You also need to call the 3 national credit reporting organizations right away to place a fraud alert on your name. Don't wait around. Stop identity thieves in their tracks. For more information, you can reach the Social Security fraud line at 1-800-269-0271.
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Watch us on YouTube. Search KHWK Hawk TV.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's over, and again, notice how that just stopped by itself because I had the audio trimmed on the end of the liner that runs at the end. So now we're going to go ahead and double click back here at the beginning, and we're just going to listen to it to assure audio quality when it's done. And if you don't like the way that the mix sounds, then you just go back and you mix it again and do it again. So let's take a listen here. Again, I'm using channel Next Gen A to be able to listen to what's coming through the mix track here.
If your wallet has recently been lost or stolen, you may be at risk for identity theft. Canceling your credit cards.
So that sounds pretty good. It's a decent mix of voice
police report immediately
and
in the jurisdiction
music.
where your wallet went missing. You also need to call the 3 national credit reporting organizations right away to place a fraud alert on your name. Don't wait around. Stop identity thieves in their tracks. For more information, you can reach
See
the
how it
Social
sounds
Security
at the end
fraud
here, how
line
the liner
at
sounds, and if it sounds good, then we're in business.
0271.
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Watch us on YouTube. Search KHWK Hawk TV.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that sounded pretty good all the way through. We can tell that our level is 80 to 100% all the way through. So I'm satisfied with the way that that mix sounded. So right over here is my exit button when you're satisfied. We've already trimmed the empty spaces. There really isn't anything to trim here because we did that with the music and with the voice and with the liner. Everything has been pre-trimmed. So once it's finished, you can hit exit and it's going to be air ready as it is. So you get to the slate after you're finished, you hit OK and make sure that it's in there. It should have your name and the lab title. And if you want, hit play right here. And again, you can listen to it through the Next Gen A fader.
If your wallet has recently been lost or stolen,
We won't listen to the whole thing there, but that's how you would do that. You can click on any of these and hit that play button, and that's what you're going to be able to listen to. So then we just go ahead and close down our production window in Next Gen. Make sure that our board is all cleared off here and all your channels are down, your channels are off. We're going to close down the applications that we have up on the Adobe computer, take our CD and put that back in the rack, and then that will wrap up our lab for this time. So again, hopefully that answers any questions that you might have as to what we're going to be doing with Lab 4 as you look at this as you do your practice sessions or before you come in and do that lab. So again, be picky with your production. If you need to go back and re-record things or you need to go back and remix things, go ahead and do that. It's okay to be picky on everything that you do because you want the best to come out of what it is that you're doing, and that will certainly be true when you get out into the workforce. Your radio stations are going to be looking for the best quality production that you can give every single time.